Hello guys, and welcome back to another video with myself, Warframe Leech. We are going over Oberon and his new reworked kit. Oberon is officially became the GOAT. Damn. Yeah, his kit is without a doubt probably one of the best reworks that DE has done. Pablo, thank you very much. This man needed love, and you finally give it to him. His kit, 10 out of 10. Is he S tier? No, it's definitely not S tier. 100% A tier, slowly, literally hovering over B tier. But me personally, I'd give him an A because his kit is amazing. So let's go over his abilities before we jump into a game, because everything has completely changed. So I'll see you in the ability side. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're here, and the camera's off because I want to show everything, because this rework is amazing. So we're going to go over his passive straight away. So let's talk about his previous passive. I will show it on screen here. And now let's talk about his passive. Now, Oberon grants a righteousness negation. Pretty much, I can't say that right, but it is a shield that you get, and it stacks up to 3 times. So you have literally 0 damage for the next 3 times, like 0 whatsoever. Pretty much like a Revenant mini Mersmer skin, but you're the one that needs to pick over, no, not pick over, you're the one that needs to go over Hellforge to get granted this shield. The good thing about this here is, listen very closely, your allies get it too in an affinity range. That's 50 meters, ladies and gentlemen, 50 meters. This passive is absolutely perfect for Oberon. He is designed to defend his allies, and damn, this passive is absolutely fantastic for it. Yeah, that's his passive. On to his first, and that is Smite. Smite, really, I didn't really get in the Smite, but there was interactions where you could pretty much do ridiculous amounts of damage. The augment that you have for it is the Smite Infusion. Realistically, I wouldn't really go for this one, because the augment, giving yourself allies radiation, personally me, I wouldn't be doing it. But this is the augment for Smite. So I will show his Smite before on screen now, and we're going to talk about the Smite here that is up to date right now. Yeah, so his additional damage of Smite, so pretty much the main person you hit literally gets hit with a full effect. So it's 69, nice, 6.5% on the additional damage. The radio attack is 20%. We pretty much do this on the radius and range. So the range is 87.5 meters that I can literally cast Smite, and it is a 10 meter radius on top of that. yeah. The clear it does, it literally can one-shot if you put the right amount of power and pretty much requirements into it. I will definitely show that in a simulation. It's crazy the damage that you can do. On to his second. His second is the Hallowed Ground. So the only really difference between the Hallowed Ground here is that the Hallowed Ground before that was an angled, and it was a chance to proc the radiation status, prevents you of having status effects from Oberon himself and allies. But this one here, the rework version, is guaranteed 360, like 360 radial. It's a pure radius 360 angle. It's very good. It's really, really good. And the status of radiation is guaranteed. Now, I wouldn't worry about the damage. I don't worry about the damage in this ability. You're not worried about this damage. I don't worry about that. To obviously protection against status effects while you're in his guarding, his hollow ground, is perfect. Now, there's an augment for this as well, and that is called Hollow Eruption. The Hollow Eruption pretty much says reverts all remaining radiation damage and status effects, passive 200 hollow ground duration. You just pretty much keep this going. It's pretty good in that way. Now, onto his third is not Breach Surge. So, give me a second, and I'll bring up his third. Okay, on his third. Better. Yes, it's better. Yes. Renewal. So, renewal was... You got a... Still have the bleed out, unfortunately. The renewal was third, was just... Before then was just really bad. I didn't really like it at all. But the problem is... With the old one, that every single ally got hit with his renewal. So there's a lot of people that took it off. I was the one of them as well. I really did not like this ability. It literally sucked your energy to complete dry because of many allies you had on the field. For example, Necros's 7 Shields of the Shadow, or in this case Shadows of the Dead. Yeah, that's crazy. You were losing all of your energy in seconds. It's crazy, but they've changed it all now. I will show this ability here before on the screen now, and we are now going to talk about the rewall right here now. It grants protection of aura that grants bonus armor to Obreon and his allies, restores allies' health over time. Healing is doubled within the radius of hollow ground. So you will literally get the health over time. It's pretty decent. Obreon is probably pretty much one of the frames that you can health tank, so you really don't want to invest into shield gating. But shield gating is just superior when it comes to level cap content. But if you want to pretty much do like 500, 600 base steel path, you can. Is health tanking variable? Whenever it comes to doing like high-end content, you can't do it. You really can't do it. It requires a bit of a setup, and I will be going over the health side of things and the armor when it comes to health tanking, because there seems to be people in certain areas that saying that whenever you try to health tank level 200, you get one shot, you get shit on. No, you do not. No, you do not. So this is where I am going to rectify all this and show that you can health tank right up till 500 plus. The only frame that I know that can health tank right up to 1k is Inaros because of his health pull. It is crazy. But yes, this is his third. It still gives you the bleed out of slow, and it gives you allies bonus armor as well. It's pretty good if you want to keep stacking your armor. So this is one that I will be keeping if I am health tanking. Now on the Rear Reckoning, and I will be showing this the before on stream now. And let's talk about this one right here. Damn. So before we talk into the main one, we're going to literally talk about Rear Reckoning. So the one before was a complete lie, and it was. This one here is 100% truth. So whenever you armor strip someone, the armor reduction is 60% right here now. You literally get that armor reduction on his 4. You no longer require hollowed ground. That is amazing. I love it. On his previous one, you had a chance to spawn health orbs, but the problem is you needed to kill with Rear Reckoning, and you pretty much never got that. So this is why they've changed it, and now you are marked with Rear Reckoning, and you still have that chance. So this is crazy amount of chance that you can get health orbs, and it's really good. Now onto the armor reduction, 60% scaled with strength. Targets scaled with strength. The radiation status obviously goes up to 10. So obviously the more radiation damage, so the more radiation status you have on it, the more of the armor buff that you get. So the max is 1k. and you can stack this out. This is 1000 armor for 30 seconds. That is crazy amounts of armor. You can stack a lot of armor, and you can do a lot of health tanking right there. So his fourth has augments, and actually 2 augments. I actually never seen this one. So health orbs become unstable by enemies for 10 seconds. Never actually seen this one, but this one here I have seen. So the re-reckoning gains 40% range. That's pretty decent. A 3 meter radius around each affected enemies grants bonus armor to allies and deals 300 damage per second to enemies. It's alright, not too bad. Would I use it? Nah, I wouldn't use it. That's me. But yes, this is his abilities and his new kit of abilities. So let's actually show this in a game. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're here. So bit of a the build that I've put together for him, and I've tested this on stream, and yeah, so I would have never have thought to seeing Oberon do a bit of nuking. So this is pretty much an ability spam build that requires him to nuke. The Tellus Botor is here to look gorgeous because we're going to the Furious Incarnate. The Furious Incarnate is the weapon that we are using. It is not here to kill, it is here to pretty much strip. Hold on, give us a second. It is here to strip the overguard, to give you overguard. So this build has layers of defense, and we will talk about the build and why I've put it together and understand everything just put together. So I went for Breach Surge, as I showed in his abilities, and you'll see why. Okay, so let's get everything going.
Life support has been cut off. They're trying to choke you out. Hold on. I'm sending auxiliary life support.
Okay, we're definitely max. We definitely max energy. Okay, so here is Smite. So Smite goes off enemies level, like enemies health mainly, right? So I'm gonna do ridiculous amounts of damage. So I need to find, say, like an overguard unit, and me taking on an overguard unit will do ridiculous amounts of damage. And the reason why that we want to take out an overguard unit is because we strip all of the overguard, and if the Axis unit has armor, it strips the armor as well. Guaranteed strip, permanent, see you later. Hollow ground, guaranteed always going to have the juicy radiation stack, and that's what we want. And obviously, Rework is going to be the chance of health orbs, but also marking. And Breach Surge is where this build turns into a nuking capability build. So we want to proc radiation, we want to proc Breach Surge, and do Rework. Everything starts to die. Okay, so if I had, say,
activating it will
Viral,
more time.
then I'm using the Panzerfaust Profiler. As everyone knows, that Panzerfaust Profiler splooges everything everywhere. So here we go. So right here, Rework, Breach Surge, 1.6 mil. So that's an access unit of 1.6 mil. So we're gonna go and see if we can find another access unit to show that this can one-shot. So let's go for Breach Surge, and then let's do a bit of nuking. So Breach Surge again. Crazy, everything everywhere, radiations everywhere. It is crazy. Okay, so we need to find a big group. Okay. Nice regroup up here. Let's break Hollow Ground. Let's go Breach Surge.
Get ready for a capsule.
We reckon 1.8. A lot of damage. Smite 2.6. Breach Surge. We reckon. Crazy amount of damage that you can get out of this. Furious is just here for to get the overguard, for Obreon to have more defenses.
Additional life support has
So
arrived.
yeah, it's Oberon's rework is insane. I absolutely love it. It's just it's a straight one shot. Absolute straight one shot. Yeah, absolutely love it. But yes, guys, I'll see you in the arsenal. Okay, guys, we're here in the simulation before we go into the arsenal, and we're going to pretty much show the smite. Now, smite is a complicated ability. Not really. Just going to show you. Okay, so one thing about smite, that if you have lots of excellent units, you can, yeah, strip every single one's overguard, but the person that gets hit with it loses all its health and the armor as well. So that is another thing as well with smite. It's pretty freaking decent. So we're going to kill all these guys, and we're going to respawn the excellent units in a game, but this time I'm going to show you the rotation that I do with it for users. You pretty much see that it can be one shot. So we're going to put the hollow ground in, right? So hollow ground right in. One shot. I literally one shot at him, right? So let's do Breach Surge. Crazy. Okay, let's do it again. Okay, let's get everything back up and running. Want to kill, clear. Got the Grenadier. Axis back up here. Assimilate. We go back in. Hollow ground. Breach Surge. Rear Reckoning. Smite. Yeah. I'm just so happy that Obreon actually got this rework. This is a rework that is 100% needed. He's definitely needed this rework. And as well, guys, as you can see, here's the shield around me and my companion. So yeah, his passive is amazing. It's so good. But yes, guys, let's get into the arsenal, because we have a lot of talking. Okay, we're here and we are in the arsenal. We're still in the simulation because there's no point leaving to go to the back room whenever we're literally just here. Now, let's clarify. This build can't take you to level cap. I have done it. I did it literally last night on stream, and it was absolutely amazing. You don't believe me? Here's a clip. Oh, it's a one shot, baby. Oh, it's a one shot.
Because I ain't fake. $130 mil.
Okay, so as you've seen by the clip, I have taken him to level cap, and it was fun doing so. And yes, I am using 5 radiation shards for ability damage, and this is probably one of the reasons why I can one-shot literally and actually shoot it with this ability. It is crazy. He can one-shot level cap. It's crazy. So we're using 5 radiation shards, typo shards. We are using Breach Surge for the extra damage in potential nuking. Now, he cannot nuke, but his Breach Surge gives him a potential bit of nuke, as I was showing. Like, we're not going to be like Mirage or Siren, where you can just constantly just nuke. just get the whole room to nuke for one shot. Breach Surge is literally there to multiply the damage to hopefully get that instant damage that we need. Now, let's go into the build and let's talk about it. Here is the build that I have. Thank you very much. Here is the build that I have for you now. There's going to be a lot of people that are going to complain about the Prime Surefooted, as you can see, because Hollow Ground does give you the protection of status effects. Now, you're always not going to be in your Hollow Ground, so this is why Prime Surefooted is here. Now, if you do not want to use Prime Surefooted because it's a skill issue, then don't use it. Entirely up to you. It seems to be that a couple of ones in the comments has literally said about Prime Surefooted and Rolling Guard being a bit of a skill issue mod. I'm sorry, sir, but it's literally in the game to use. So, am I going to use it? Hell yeah. Does it make gameplay better? Of course it does. So if you don't want to use it, don't use it. Just don't complain about it because it's a skill issue. It's literally a mod in the game. So, let's talk about the way I've built and why. So, we got Growing Power, Prime Surefooted, Prime Continuity, Auger Reach, Equilibrium, Prime Flow, Blind Range, Rolling Guard, Prime Redirection, Stretch, Arcane Aegis, and Arcane Universal Fallout. Arcane Universal Fallout has now been upgraded to Legendary mod. This is a must-have Arcane on him. It's mandatory. You do not take it off. Without this, literally no point playing Oberon. All you need is Equilibrium and Universal Fallout. You will never run out of energy. And you literally have his 4 for more energy economy. And if you want, you can put on Simp Deconstruct if that's just overkill. But yeah. Okay, so Growing Power for the obviously ability strength. This will obviously increase the Breach Surge, his smite, going up to 75% that it's capped at. And the Rework damage as well, obviously with more targets being affected. We are on Prime Skill Issue, as most people call it, so I'm going to call it too. At 100% chance to resist knockdown. You do not want to get knocked down in Oberon, but if you're in the Hollow Ground, you will not get knocked down, period. You're always not going to be in it, and you will not always be in it, so this is the reason why it is here. Auger Reach and Stretch for the ability range, because the more range, you get 26.5 meters. Breach Surge gives you a whopping 31.5. Rearachning gives you 26.25, affecting 20 targets, meaning that you're going to proc Breach Surge on top of that. It is insane. Now, Prime Flow for the max energy, Equilibrium for the health and energy conversion, Blind Range for the strength, Rolling Guard for the oh shit moments, because you may be cleansed of all status effects, but it does not negate the raw damage that you take. Raw damage and status damage are completely two different types of damage. Prime Redirection for the shield capacity, setting at a whopping 1036, you will have exactly 2.4 shield gate, and Arcane Aegis for the shield regen as well. Remember that Arcane Aegis is a separate shield regen. You will constantly get this recharge for the 12 seconds. So pretty much infinite shields if this procs. It's pretty decent, good survivability on top of that. But yeah, this is the build. I would enjoy Oberon, he's amazing. So let's go into the weapons and let's talk about the Talus Spotor. As I said, it's here to look gorgeous because it's gold, and Oberon literally fits the style of the hem. You don't need to use it, use whatever primary weapon you want, but we're going on to the Furious Incarnate, and this is the build that I have went for here. And I have went for the Corrosive and Hate because why not? But the main thing that we are here for is secondary Fortify, because we get the Overguard, and that is an extra layer of defense. That is pretty much what I'm talking about. And we are also having Auger Pack, so we're going to have 80% of the energy spent will be converted into shields. Amazing. We're going to be spamming our abilities, so we're going to be topped up on our shields the majority of the time. Makes it pretty good. On to the Fall Core. Fall Core is literally here. Here is the build. So I hope that this helps with this build, but I also do have a bit of a disclaimer here as well. So had someone come into my comments and complain that the radiation is too much for the electricity. Brother, this is a heavy attack build. Okay, as you can see that the electricity here is way over this radiation. Yeah. I can have 0 electricity on this weapon and still proc it. The reason why is this weapon force procs electricity when you throw it. Yes, brother, I'm talking to you. That's saying that fall core. I'm not going to proc melee influence all the time, brother. I'm going to proc this all the time. It's melee influence. It is a fall. It's literally a fall core that literally homes into your enemy, and when you heavy attack, it force procs electricity. Regardless what's on it, it still force procs it. Same thing with the Grimoire. I can mod corrosive and viral, corrosive and heat. It's still gonna proc electricity. It force procs it. So please, sir, learn the difference between a status and a force proc. Thank you. Okay, anyways, moving on. So, skill Matarai for the casting speed and the strength as well. More strength, meaning you're going to do more damage on the breach surge as well. Now, onto the companion. The companion is the Panzer Footbefehler. I have officially built the Panzer Footbefehler. Yes, I thought that I would never build this Kavat, but I did. I built him because the reason why is we need viral to pretty much an AoE, and the Panzer Footbefehler literally has it here. So this is literally a cooldown of 4 seconds and keeps splooging out spores. This is what we need. We have the Panzer de-evolution, if that is correct. I don't really know, to be honest. But he literally goes into a lava for 30 seconds and comes back up. And then we have this as well. So it instantly keeps me alive so I don't fall below a certain health. So I don't fall below a certain health. If it does, then he downs himself, meaning that he'll get himself back up as quick as possible. We're using Manifold Bond because we will be spamming abilities. You don't need to use this if you do not need to. You can use Continuous Spawn if you want. Personally, it's not going to proc because you're killing way too fast with Oberon's abilities, and the companion doesn't really do much of that as well. We're using Semp Fiver to keep and constantly keep picking up the health orbs to make sure that we have a constant upflow on our passive. This is mandatory that you put on any of your companions. Tenacious Bond for the 1.2x final crit damage multiplier. Obviously, if you get head kills or headshot kills with your weapons that you pretty much will be shooting at some point, they get overguard. Timer 3 seconds, but 9 times out of 10 you're not going to be using it. All you want is the final crit damage multiplier. Reinforce Bond for the shields, and we have calculate redirection to make sure that we have 1200 shields. We're sitting down at 1295. We have dual X Bond because we want all our minions to run about, go crazy, and attack as much as we can. And we have fetch to pretty much a 13.5 Geller. So we're pretty much going to suck up all that loot. All that loot. That's what we want. Okay, onto the Companion's Claws. The Companion is going to be attacking, and this is what we need. You can either go Shocking Claws, you can go for the Toxic Claws, or you can go for the Burning Claws. This is what I went for here. The Hunter Synergy is there for the Companion's weapon. I'm using the Talus Boltor, so if you have a weapon that goes like near 200%, the Companion's Claws will do ridiculous damage, and that's what you want. We have Bite, Maul, Radiation Claws, Burning Claws, Venom Teeth, and Frost Jaw. Venom Teeth and Frost Jaw are elemental, so Burning Claws is going to take all elemental damage. So Radiation is not elemental damage, it is a different type of status there. Now, we have Sweep. Sweep is here to have the strike for additional enemies to increase the attack range. It's pretty good whenever you're using Dual X Spawn. Dual X Spawn cannot use any of your abilities, only an attack. So yeah, Sweep will come in handy right here. But yes, guys, this is going to be the end of this video here. Oberon. His rework, my thoughts on the rework is that he's definitely needed it. He finally got the rework that he needed, and yeah, pretty much start to see a bit of Oberon lovers again, because from someone that literally was unusable to now sitting at A tier in my list for a Warframe. He's brilliant. He does a lot for your team. He does a lot for health orbs. He does a lot. So if you want to go for the tank build, damn, it's going to be crazy. But this is a build that I have for him at the present minute in time, and I will be getting more and testing him more when it comes to the health tanking, and I will be using Oberon for health tanking because Oberon literally has the perfect kit for it. So, guys, if you have enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. I will be leaving all of my links below in the description, and that is the Twitch and the TikTok. Come and drop by, drop a follow, and come and say hi. I really do appreciate all the support. Again, if it wasn't for usings, I would not be where I am today, and I do have a new mic because of using support me. This wouldn't be this new mic wouldn't be possible, and this mic is insane. So yeah, guys, thanks very much, and I will see usings on the next one. Peace.